Pompey Sound, your hourly update from Fratton Park, sponsored by Piglet's Pantry, the home of award-winning and handmade food on the South Coast.
John Mousinho has confirmed that Portsmouth do have money left to spend this summer, with some of it being set aside for a new attacking addition. Financial resources have been more abundant at Fratton Park this summer than they were last summer, following the club's return to the Championship. That said, some supporters questioned actually how strong Pompey's bank balance was when their latest addition, Florian Bianchini, arrived on a temporary basis and not a permanent deal. Mousinho, amid some worries about the amount of money the club has left for the rest of the transfer window, has tried to ease some of the fears. The Pompey boss has got his eyes on reinforcements further up the pitch and enough funds to, hopefully, get something done in that department. There is money for attacking additions, the 39-year-old said via the news. We're in a good spot. We've made 3 signings this summer. We've spent money and spent a significant amount of money, certainly from where we've been as a football club over the past couple of years. We're really pleased with that, and there's money left in the kitty for what we want to do.
We do have a set figure in mind for that, a new attacker, but one thing I do know is, as a football club, if we needed to stretch it, as long as we could justify it from the football side, we've got no problem getting on the call and putting our case forward. I've been here 2.5 years, and the answer has always been yes. The plan is for Mousinho's kitty to steadily increase over time, as it already has in his tenure, although it still falls a long way short of many of their second-tier competitors' spending power. If the right options become available, the past has shown that the head coach will be able to spend slightly beyond his means in order to bring in a potential game-changer. Mousinho added, "I think we can push on from what we've done so far. There's a few things which stand out to me. There was the Callum Lang deal in January last year when we were looking to bolster the squad and didn't necessarily have the budget. Callum became available to us and we decided to do it. Credit the football club for that because it helped us out of League One, and we all know the impact Callum had last year. That was the same in January with Hayden, and we definitely have the capability to go to the board and have a reasonable conversation. We always get a positive response. We will go with the ones we feel are realistic. We don't want to waste anyone's money, and we will get ones wrong. It happens. You can't get everyone right, but certainly with the significant ones we speak to the board about, we want to make sure we get it right. I've been here 2.5 years, and the answer has always been yes. The plan is for Mousinho's kitty to steadily increase over time, as it already has in his tenure, although it still falls a long way short of many of their second-tier competitors' spending power. If the right options become available, the past has shown that the head coach will be able to spend slightly beyond his means in order to bring in a potential game-changer. Mousinho added, "I think we can push on from what we've done so far. There's a few things which stand out to me. There was the Callum Lang deal in January last year when we were looking to bolster the squad and didn't necessarily have the budget. Callum became available to us and we decided to do it. Credit the football club for that because it helped us out of League One, and we all know the impact Callum had last year."
So basically fans just have to remain patient, which isn't easy, but it's got to be done. We're lucky to have the Eisners, they chose Pompey. We're lucky to have John Mousinho, the Eisners chose John Mousinho. We're lucky to have the players that we brought in because on the whole they've been great acquisitions, and we can only hope that further acquisitions will be as spectacularly successful. But it does seem as though all roads lead to the Rome of a decent-sized spend coming up between now and the closing of the transfer window. And whisper it if you dare, but Abu Kamara is, to all intents and purposes, possibly available. And would we take him? Yes, we would. If Alex Robertson is available, would we take him? Provided that money can be found, which is going to be in the region of a couple of mil, probably, for both of them, with add-ons subject to contractual agreements and so on and so forth, so that either of them could end up costing 4 or 5 million, but initially it's a couple of million, which might be within the kind of budget that the Eisners are dangling in front of John Mousinho, and he doesn't seem to be particularly unhappy about the quiet constraints that are placed on his spending. Where the reporters who got this story believe that they heard him suggest that his budget is going to increase kind of season on season during his tenure. There's two things there. One, let's hope that's true. Two, That certainly suggests that John Messino and the club are committed to each other for a couple or 3 more seasons, and that can only be a good thing for us. He's going to stay because he wants to, because he believes that he can take Pompey to even higher heights, and we want him to stay because he has been, so far, an unbridled success. The way he rode out that storm of Pompey being whatever it was without a win for the first 14 games of last season and rock bottom at one point and favourites to be relegated, and he saw it out. He repaired things that needed repairing. He got the squad back on track and then purring, and then was at the last 5 games unbeaten and finishing what so many people outside of the club have described as a comfortable 16th, or was it 17th, something like that, final position in the league, and safe with 2 games to spare. He's done all that. The Eisners have done that for him. Pompey have done that for the Eisners. Now it's the fans' turn. We just have to be patient. New loanee signing Florian Bianchini has been talking to the club's official website, saying this:
I've improved every season and I've learned every season. Now I'm happy to be here. It's been a long road because I played in the 3rd league and 2nd league in France. I've tried to do better every season and I will try to do my best here. I think my best position on the pitch is as winger. I can play up front, but I prefer to play a winger. One of my qualities is my pace and I like to score an assist. I like to dribble as well. Last season was my first outside of France and I did alright, but I know I can do better. That's what I will try to do here. I will try to make it a better season than last season. I played against a lot of players here last season and I'm excited to meet them. I think we're going to make a good season. Personally, I want to play my best, score goals and assist. As a team, we have to give everything on the pitch. In the championship, everyone can beat everyone, so we will try to make the best season we can do. I wanted to join a club with a big potential. Bianchini made 38 Swansea appearances, but just 8 starts arrived in the league for the former Bastia man. The £1.95 million signing is now looking forward with anticipation about building on those numbers at Pompey, ahead of their championship curtain raiser with Oxford United on Saturday. He added, I feel so happy to be here and am excited to start the new season with the club. I wanted to join a club with a big potential, and I really liked what the manager said to me when I spoke to the manager about what I can do. He spoke to me about what I could do for the side, and I also wanted to stay in the championship if that was possible. The manager told me it's a big club with a big fan base with a good team and players. He told me I have good potential, I can do good things with the team and they want to improve. That was important for me. The atmosphere was really nice and the fans were happy because they won. The fans were very close to the players and the atmosphere was very nice.
Yeah, like so many of our new acquisitions, he is saying all the right things and saying them well, saying them convincingly. If he's been jotted down verbatim by the club's official website, which was where we got that interview from, read for us by one of our people, then it's good to know that we have an intelligent, perceptive, sensitive, articulate, eloquent young man. So that's Florian Bianchini. Anyone who was there on Saturday will recognise that he was quick and that he was good on the ball. And of course that he got that cross in, which was well converted by Waddingham. He got on the end of an excellent delivery from Connor Ogilvie, but he got the cross in, and that gives him an assist. And I think I'm right in saying that's the first assist he's had for over a year. Have I got that statistic right? He scored 3 goals for Swansea last term, as they like to put it, but no assists. Well, he's got 1 now, albeit in a friendly. So, onwards and upwards.
Christian Sadie has gone down an absolute storm at Wigan. His debut couldn't have gone any better, with Latics supporters full of praise for their new striker, whose name was trending in the top 30 in the UK on X on Saturday evening. Here's the best of the reaction from Wigan fans on social media. @WiganFamerica was ready to run through a brick wall for Sadie after this moment. Instant fan favourite. @MJTaylor123, I'm not one to over-exaggerate, but Christian Sadie may be the greatest footballer to ever grace the hallowed Brick Community Stadium turf. @Mudhutter, if a brick wall runs into Christian Sadie, a pile of bricks is bouncing off and landing in a pile 10 yards away. What a player. At Madisoniel 10-3 goals, 3 points. Sadie and Murray rock my world. At Benjad 73. How on earth have we managed to get a player like Sadie? Absolutely outstanding at _yon_m0n. Sadie producing a MOTM performance when you got a Fraser with 2. His first touch, strength, pace, and the thing is he kept on going 100%. A proper player. Don't think I've cheered, clapped and laughed so hard when he has players bouncing off him for a long time. At Vose_Aaron. Christian Sadie is the best player in the world. At Leonel Eknovitz, whack £100 million price tag on Sadie please.
I don't know about anybody else, but I can take any amount of this. I feel so good for the boy. Yeah, come on, let's have a bit more. Wigan fans on Christian Sadie.
At Connor Taylor. Why on earth have Pompey sold Sadie to us, by the way? Ha. At David Naylor 83. Great performance today. Christian Sadie is unreal. Reminds me of Big Emil. Hungbo was fantastic today. Weir had his best game for us. We looked a good team today. At James Stay 92. I've seen enough to say we go up automatic, and Sadie is top goal scorer. At Sam_F_Heaton. Let's talk about Christian Sadie. Might be the best footballer in the history of the world. Promising signs thus far. We don't go overboard here at Tix, no sir. At Philbodes. What an absolute battering ram Christian Sadie is. How is he only 23? At Bramsdale 94023. Sadie was outstanding. My MOTM. At Lankstick. Not enjoyed a game as much in years. Some quality additions and seems like we have plenty of goals in us, along with a strong defense. Feels like a complete reset. Oh, and Sadie is an absolute beast, and I mean that in the nicest possible sense of the word.
Well, you can't make a better debut than that, can you? Good for him. Good for him to read and reread and reread all of those tweets or X's. What do we call it nowadays when it's X? We used to call them tweets on Twitter. Now they're somethings on X. Anyway, how good an impression is that to make on your home fans? And there's one guy there who says something about we don't go overboard here at Tix. No, sir. Having said that Christian Sadie might be the best footballer in the world. This is a guy called Sam Heaton, a Wigan fan. And there's talk of him being the best footballer ever at Wigan and worth 100 million. You have to hope it lasts, of course, because footballers, especially forwards, can blow hot and cold, and he might only have to have one stinker. And he's back to where he was with us, which was highly appreciated, but it was felt that he would do better for himself if he went elsewhere and got more game time. We're starting to see a pattern in the way John Messino manages people who he is happy to let go. He makes them feel that it would be better for them. It's not a matter for Pompey. It would be better for Christian Sadie if he goes somewhere else, gets the game time and has an opportunity to build his skills and his confidence. And look what's happened. That is exactly what has happened. Christian Sadie left. We did get some money for him, but we'll never know how much because it's undisclosed. And he's gone somewhere. And his confidence is sky high. His performance is even higher. And it's worked for him. So the next time a player hears John Messino say, this isn't about Pompey's needs so much as about your needs. And I honestly feel that you'd be better served going somewhere where you're going to get more game time. It might mean a slight drop down in class, but you'll get the game time. And without the game time, your game can't improve. Without your game improving, your confidence, your general sense of well-being can't improve. You'll be a better footballer and you'll be happier for it. This is what he tells them. And look how well it works. Good on you, Christian. Just don't do it if you ever have to come back to us. Thank you.